Hello YouTube, and I welcome all of you back to another Rage video where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to our fourth. Are we moving on to no, we're moving on to our fifth song in I Hear Black by Overkill. And like I said, this song has been a sort of like an up and down sort of track here. It's interesting. That's what I could say for it at the moment. There have been a lot of good moments in this album already, but there's also been some stuff that I think I'm glad I listened to it at least once, because I don't particularly think I'd recommend it again. But with that being said, maybe we'll move into something that's kind of a little bit more in the middle, if such a thing could exist. So, if you guys will check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. Let's begin. Shades of Grey in 3, 2, 1, and...
drift from my cigarette. I hear the roaches cross the floor. Slam dance around me. In my chair I sit. The gray's leaking through the door. There's a shade in the gray that I've never seen before. My gaze fixed on the space beneath the door. My life flash before my eyes. All the sweat grew from one solitary drop. Grays moving across the floor. We walk alone, no one beside us. It's never as simple as black or white. We should have known no one would find us, and we would all wind up in shades of gray. Shades of gray. Shades of gray. Shades of gray. Everybody listening, every time I get a chance, it's quite naked. And sometimes I want to turn around and just talk and see that everything inside is sprung out. I Nobody listening, so I talk to myself. Sometimes I pay me no mind. I lost this argument so very long ago. The right words were so hard to find. I can't breathe in the grave. I can't find the key to the door. We walk alone, no one beside us. It's never as simple as black or white. We should have known no one would find us, and we were all wind up
Wow. That's like, you know what? You may have heard me say this before, but I never expected something like that out of Overkill of all things. That was like, I wonder genuinely whether or not Overkill listened to Nothing Else Matters, and they thought we could do that, because there are quite a lot of parallels between those two songs, and they are both great songs in their own right. But what I think I never understood, possibly from the beginning, from Shades of Grey, is that it's the idea that you could sort of like be in the middle, but you're brushed off as everything else. You're neither good or bad. You're just grey. You are in the middle. In the same way that, how else did they put it? Let me just, because there really aren't that much like lyrics to this. It's mostly about this really somber kind of. I don't really imagine Overkill songs being that somber. They talk about some bleak things sometimes, but they're never actually a bit, cruel or harsh. My gaze fixed on the space beneath the door. My life flashed before my eyes. All this sweet grew from one solitary drop, grays moving across the floor. Is he talking about... In fact, forget that. Forget the idea of, he sees himself as just in the center, like neither good nor bad. What if this is just a song about somebody going colorblind? Why can we not put that out of the equation? What if this is just a song about a guy suddenly realizing that there's now grey beneath the door, but there wasn't grey there before? What could be the explanation behind this? And then, we walk alone, no one beside us. It's never as simple as... I suppose there are examples there of the idea before that, he's neither good nor bad like anyone else. We should have known no one would find us. The idea that, again, they are nowhere near significant because everyone is swept or covered in this one broad stroke of grey. It seems like every time I get a chance is quite naked, and as I turn around, and inside there's no doubt it's going to happen again. He's going to feel despondent. He's going to feel like there is no point to these arguments. There's no point to thinking like this. However, the whole point about thinking about that is that it's something that's been plaguing his mind. He realizes that, well, okay, we're all thrown into the same boat, but there are no more barriers because I've come to realize it. And even though I've come to realize it, this confession serves absolutely nothing. Which is, I know it's paraphrasing the ending to American Psycho, but that's a good way to look at it. It's that no matter what we've come to realize, whether or not we've discovered this grey area of society where we're all thrown in, where one person is neither good nor bad, which is good. We've all done bad things in our lives. There's no doubt about that. But what has angered Blitz is that, yes, that is true, but so what if that's the case? Then what does this prove? Or does this excuse the things that I've done wrong? Does this make the things I've done good seem meaningless in retrospect? Nobody listening. Well, maybe because it's one of those things nobody has ever dared to ask before. So I talk to myself. Sometimes I pay me no mind. I lost this argument because he's realised that either he's asked himself this too many times, or it just simply, there is no point to continue because he already knows the answer. So very long ago, the right words were so hard to find. I can't breathe in the grey. I can't find the key to the door. He's locked himself in this cycle, this loop, basically in a room with 4 walls and not much variation. A bit like perhaps his opinion of the rest of the world. that it's virtually the same colour and there's no getting away from it. And I'm going to go, once again, I'm going to go through the comments to Shades of Grey, where even if he can't get away from this cycle he's in, he might soon have to realise the grim reality that if that's true, then nothing else should matter then either, for better or worse. I wonder if this is like another one of those Barrowitz sort of incidents, like what we heard on I Hear Black. Because strangely enough, is there a song about light on this album? I Hear Black, Shades of Grey, Undying Go. I was wondering whether or not there'd be something about like white or something like here, because they seem to play on the idea of like colour a little bit in this album. From the black in the foreground to the orange. Let's find something. No reason why the song should leave you speechless. That's quite a good one, because when I come to think about it, this song is a little bit of a speechless one, because I never thought Overkill really had it in them. I knew they were capable of some remarkable feats before, but Shades of Grey, I almost want to say that the sins of some of the problems I've had earlier in this album are forgiven, because what would it matter if they were forgiven or not? Because it's all the same, really, isn't it? But maybe it's because we're not all the same. Maybe it's because there are more shades on this planet than just grey. Maybe, just maybe, there's a lot more to it than simply from what we see. Well, what would you suspect, ladies and gentlemen? You wanted your door painted black, or do you want it in a shade of grey? That's something to think about. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reaction video to Shades of Grey. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of the song for yourselves. And I will hope to see you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.